Hello all, this is Dr. Kavya Priya Vajrala. I'm consultant gynecologist, obstetrician, laparoscopic surgeon and infertility specialist working for Care Hospitals, Banjara Hills. Today I'm here to talk about the AUB and OC-pill usage and how OC-pill usage can lead to irregular bleeding if it is not taken properly. Topic is UTI and associated proteinuria. So in what all conditions we get to see this UTI and proteinuria, and why is that proteinuria associated with urinary tract infections? So now let's coming to the causes. First is bad hygiene of the private parts, and next is using public toilets and less intake of water and having multiple sexual partners and post-coital hygiene. So all these are different causes of the common causes of the urinary tract infections. So what are the signs and what are the symptoms? A person who is affected with urinary tract infection will be having urgency, frequency and dysuria. The urgency is like they will be having the feel of, or the urge of passing the urine, and there is increased frequency of passing the urine, and whenever they are passing the urine they will be having a painful urination. So these are the signs and symptoms of urinary tract infections. So why is it associated with proteinuria, and why is it a turbid urine passed whenever the person is affected with urinary tract infection? Because of the infection there will be local loss of the protein. So if the urinary tract infection is affecting the kidneys, then the capacity of the kidney to filter the proteins is lost, and that way the protein is lost in the urine and the patient will be devoid of protein. Proteins are actually building blocks of our immunity. So if there is protein loss and there is further loss of immunity, and the person will be landing in the sepsis if the UTI is uncontrolled. And also in the UTI you will get to have the fever, nausea, vomiting and the suprapubic pain, which is because of severe cystitis. And if there is any obstructive renal calculi, like say about the stone of some size, like 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter, and there are different types of stones also, like they are smooth edged stones and there are also spiky stones, which will, when they are spiky, those are made up of calcium oxalate, and whenever they are passing through the ureters they will scratch the epithelium of the ureter, and that way the bleeding starts, so that way you can see the blood stained urine also if the person is having the renal calculi, and that way the renal calculi will obstruct the pipe which is connecting, the pipe is called ureter, which is connecting the kidney to the bladder. So if there is any obstruction, there will be distension of the kidney, and also the urinary stasis will be there. Once the urine is static there will be predisposing infection, and once the infection is there, then they can go into sometimes renal failure also. So that way the urinary tract infection can damage our kidneys or bladder, whatever. And what are the simple precautions with which we can handle this UTI? It's like taking, first mantra is taking lots of water, say about 5 to 6 liters of water. You have to put phone on your alarm, smartphone, and you have to cut cheyandi. You have to put alarm on your phone, and you have to remind yourself every half an hour or 1 hour to have water, and minimum of 8 glasses of water is a must. And stop using the public toilets, and see if they are neat, then only don't use a commode. Even if the commode is there, you can just stand in a semi-prone position and you can actually pass the urine, and make sure that your genitals are not touched to the commode, and also flush your urethra properly after passing urine. And whenever you are cleaning your anus after passing stools, you have to clean it from forward to backward direction. Never it should be from backward to the forward direction, because the most common organism causing UTI is E. coli, and so that is what we get to see in so many culture sensitivity reports. So that organism is actually, it's a commensal, it's in our anus or in our large intestine. So that organism, when enters the bladder, will definitely cause the infection. So when you take this sort of precaution, you can definitely avoid the E. coli infection. And also this E. coli is predominantly seen in the public toilets as well. And the other thing is that after having intercourse, get up, go to the washroom and pass urine with forcibly pass the urine and then wash your genitals with a splash of water, so that any bacteria or any organisms that are there at the introitus will be washed off. And other thing is that stop having multiple sexual partners. Even if you have, take proper barrier contraception, so that their bacteria it will not enter into the introitus. So the barrier contraception also helps in avoiding the sexually transmitted diseases. So that way we can actually save from UTI as well. And also proteinuria, the proteinuria in the urine, that is the turbid urine, can also be seen in the pregnancy, like in preeclampsia, that is increased BP during pregnancy, and its severity is based on the amount of protein loss. So depending upon the protein loss, we assess the severity of the disease, and also our management protocol varies. So if there is severe proteinuria, we get to terminate the pregnancy. And also so much of protein loss will actually weaken the immune system, and the mother is also prone for so many infections. So that way the urinary tract infection is associated with proteinuria. And whenever you get to have all these symptoms, please consult your nearest doctor, and do get these simple tests like ultrasound pelvis and whole abdomen, because you have to track it right from the kidney to know what is the exact cause. And also you have to give a simple urine examination, CUE, in which you get to see the pus cells, epithelial cells, RBCs, any crystals that are passed in the urine, and also if there is any bacteria. And also you can assess the protein loss and the specific gravity of the urine and the pH of the urine. All these actually will convey us the severity of the infection. And also if you get to see any bacteria in your urine with increased pus cells, you have to give the sample for urine culture sensitivity. The culture and sensitivity of the report will give us the information regarding what is the bacteria that is causing this, and what is the count of the organisms, and is it significant or non-significant, and also to which drug it is sensitive, so that we can actually go in a correct way with this report. So please do follow your doctor's advice and take the correct medication, and also avoid antibiotic resistance with self antibiotic abuse.